I'm Amy, and I'm so glad that you're back, or if you just found me, welcome. This channel is Blooming Plume. Plume is a feather, and it's like a feather that is blooming, and Plume is our family name, and so it just kind of all worked together. I'm so glad that you found us. I don't know if you remember my little teddy bear in a tuxedo. I'm gonna change the brown paint because I don't think it contrasts well with the baby blue. And so there's a lot of bumps on there I might have to fill in because I basically had to completely cut his helmet off. He had a little space helmet on. And so we'll see what I end up doing with that. And then Hallie and I did a cute little craft idea where she made different options and I had to pull out of a bowl like these different options for her, and then she would create whatever I pulled out of her little options. And so what we ended up with was this decoration fish and rainbow. So she has to paint a decoration that has to do with a fish, and she has to make it rainbow. So I have a video of that, and we're going to be watching that on this video, and you get to see the finished product. It's adorable. And I have plans to do another ornament that is squishy, a squishy related ornament. And I haven't quite decided what to do yet. I have a few ideas, but it'll be a surprise, so we'll see. And so are you guys ready? Let's get into it. So here I am going with a lighter color. I'm going to layer on top of it. I was confused about the muzzle or whatever on bears. So that one is all around his face, and this one is just around their little noses. And so I wasn't sure, and then there's some bears that just really don't have one at all. And so I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. I was going to play it by ear, but I decided to put a whole new coat on there, a base to start with. And I wanted to make him look furry. Not like a Dalmatian, which it looks like right now, but I promise you it will look furry. So that's a little bit better, and I'm going to be adding more layers everywhere, so it's not just a plain color. And I'm doing my final touch-ups on my tuxedo, and as you can see, it was very time-consuming, and it's done. Well, the tuxedo's done. Obviously not the face. So here, I'm sorry I didn't film. My hand was in the way of the face while I was drawing. So here I go in and I have the little muzzle area. I'm not exactly sure what that's called. But he's a stud, he's in a tuxedo. So I wanted to, put a big smooch on his cheek. I thought that would be cute. And so here I go in with the little lips that are going to go on his cheek. And later I just decide to completely change his face. Well, not completely, but the color mainly. And doing this little kiss was so much fun. I thought it was just so much fun to do. So now I'm going to move on to something else. So I tried to get all these different fabric pens, and I'm going to try them out on a squishy that I made about a year ago. And this is Crafts for All, and this is a gel one, and I believe it's big. I can't remember. So there I go in. So as you can see, it's very thick. So if you're doing little details, it's not very good. And this one is not opaque at all, as you can see. Is this supposed to be black? So I ended up going in a little bit more to try to fill it in. And I mean, I think I eventually found the black and it worked. So now my beloved Sharpie, which I love to use, and I use a fine tip. And now I'm going to go in with some Mod Podge that I've been using because I'm testing the different pens to see if they'll smudge. And let's see what happens. So as you can see, none of them really smudged, so I was pretty happy about that. So going back in, I'm going to use my beloved Sharpie because it is so precise, better than the other ones. And it's so thin that I'm able to kind of layer with more strokes if I need to make the lines more even. I don't know if that makes any sense. So here I'm committed to the nose and the mouth, so I'm going in with those. And then a complete and utter tragedy happens. So I wanted to just make his face lighter and all one color. So I made this little vanilla-ish color, and I'm trying to go around the lines really neatly, but I just wanted to make it lighter in contrast with the fur and go with the hat. Where's Oliver, and is he happy? He's down there chewing on something. Okay, so basically I didn't have red. So I mixed this with this.
And then mix that with that, and mix that with
this.
And then
can they even see it?
With that,
and it made
poop.
This. So back to me, and as you can see, I finally found the red that I want to use, and I'm using a darker red to do the little lip liner, if you will, around the lips. And as you can see, I did move the lips to the other side of the face because the hat is kind of tilted, so I wanted like a little tilted kiss to go on that side. I thought it would look cute. So remember, this guy is a stud, so he gets all the ladies, and he's pretty happy about it. Oh wait, I still have to finish that other eye too. And then I'm almost done. I just have to do the nose and his belt, and then he's almost done. So here I am picking out my next project, and of course it's going to be Christmas. And I found my angel for my tree and the wings that are going to go behind her. Those are just perfect for her, and she will fit perfectly on top of my Christmas tree. So I'm super excited. But let's try something a little easier for this video since I've done so much already. And I found this rainbow, which is a perfectly good rainbow, but the cloud looks like a little iceberg thing. And it needs a little animal to be on top of it. So I have my little penguin and I have my little iceberg. First thing to do is to cut off my new little home for my penguin. It's just such a shame cutting that rainbow off, but very satisfying though at the same time. So here's his little home for sale. And it needs some little renovations done. So here we go, making it perfect, just his size. And there it is, all ready for him. So here he goes trying out his new home, and he is ready to make it permanent. So here we go with the hot glue gun. let's make this a permanent move-in. So there he goes, stick him on, and there he is. So let's get started. We're going to make sure it's extra tightly glued in and fill in all the gaps. So what I'm using is actually the glow slick paint, the glow in the dark kind, because it goes on clear, nice and clear, so you can just, you don't see like a giant clump underneath where it's attached. And so I really like using this kind to attach squishies together. It's kind of my favorite. And so let's go in with our base coat. I mean, they didn't necessarily need one. I didn't put one on the cloud and just on him. And you know, I did actually try to sand them. I did, but they didn't really need it. And so here I wanted to make his face a little heart. Actually, it's a girl. Her face a little heart, and make her purple. I didn't want the standard black penguin look. I wanted a cute little girly look with a little heart around her face. And she's got a little widow's peak going on, but nope, that's not a widow's peak. That's her heart. And so now I wanted a bright yellow to stand out against that purple. And I wanted to keep the eyes in little circles. And I wanted to make her look kind of dumb, cutesy dumb. And so she's kind of like her eyes are crossed together. Just kidding. I don't want that one. I'm going to change it up a little bit. So here I come in with my dazzling glitter. It's so pretty, but it's more like a clay, almost like a clumpy substance, like a clumpy glue. And so I actually use my finger because the brush, there's just no way it's going to work. And here I go in. So one thing you'll notice about my fingernails is I actually have this weird condition where I grow like extra nails underneath my other nails. It has this weird name. And it hurts. It hurts really bad. It's like, imagine little daggers growing underneath your nails you already have. It hurts. It hurts really bad. And so, anyway, here we go in. The sparklies are there. Everything looks good. And so adorable. So I'm making sure it's extra sparkly here by putting on lots of layers of that glitter. Now she needs an accessory, something very cute and girly. And I like to add extra stuff to my squishies, like extra, just something that's not a squishy to make it stand out a little bit and look extra cute. So I'm going to make her a little pink bow, and it's going to have a little sparkle on it, so don't worry, it'll still be really shimmery. So here I go in. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but here I go in with my little ribbon, and I'm cutting only the small side, but it has like a little glitter seal like woven in, so like you have to make sure, you have to be very precise. You have to make sure you don't cut into that seal or it'll fray everywhere. I don't know why I chose this ribbon. I just liked it the most. It's glittery. And another mistake is if you're doing a tiny little bow, just give yourself some extra string to use because it's so hard with my big fingers trying to make a tiny little bow, and I could have used an extra, you know, there it goes. I'm happy with that one, but some extra length to work with would have been much easier. I love it. So now she's ready for, she needs something to connect her to the Christmas tree. So I'm just using a regular keychain that was ripped out of another squishy, and now it's going to be transplanted into her head. So I'm using the glue gun to get a big pool of it and then shove it right into her brain so it's nice and stuck. But I got some of her skin underneath the implant, so I had to kind of pick that out. So be careful because that can happen. Make sure your hole is nice and wide. And here we go on with the bow. I forget if I used the glue gun. I must have used the glue gun to tighten it on, but maybe, you know, thinking back, I could have used super glue. That might have been better, but oh well, maybe next time we'll try that. So then it needs some extra glitter, of course. And so I'm going to choose something else to put on. A cute little diamond. So here now I'm using the super glue because any regular glue would just soak in the ribbon. So super glue is perfect. It stays nice on top. And then you can just push it in and it stays really good. And normally I would use tweezers, but it was big enough that I could put it on. Look at my nails. Look at how much they hurt. Anyway, so there she is. She's happy about her bow. So I'm cutting off any extra strands that may have come off and making sure that the bow is precise and perfect. So there she is, all done. Whoa, whoa. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah!
Okay, so I'm Hallie. We're going to do a fish-themed fish that has rainbow something. First, I gotta paint it white.
So we did a paper draw.
Yeah, we did a paper draw.
And there were a bunch of options, and this she made me pick, and that's what we picked.
Yes.